Hi, my name is Garen Wright. For my TED Talk, I will be talking about the relativity of fake news in our society. To begin, what is fake news? Fake news is false information or news presented as true to the public. The main reasoning behind fake news is either to benefit the author financially or personally, etc., or to hurt or diminish another person or organization, for example, slandering a political party. There will never really be a good reason behind fake news and allowing it to be publicly spread, because it'll almost always fall into those two categories. Fake news can be incredibly dangerous, as fake news has a large presence in our political society, changing people's behaviors and votes, taking credibility away from trustworthy sources, influencing people's decisions, and even leading to hate speech. For example, a lecturer at the University of Central Florida, Chrysalis Wright, the new appointee of the United Nations Communications Coordination Committee, provided a study which stated undecided voters were more likely to vote for President Trump in the last election if they believed the fake news about Hillary Clinton that they saw on social media. Fake news online leads to people changing their vote, which changes politics entirely. This makes it incredibly easy to manipulate people, as fake news is present everywhere and easy to find online, on almost all social media platforms. That is why fake news should be either banned or labeled as fake to protect those people that are uninformed and are easily manipulated. The largest presence of fake news that I found is within politics. As social media is so present in our modern day society, people see fake news related to politics on all platforms of social media almost daily. If these people are uninformed on the topic, they may even fall victim to the fake news. The authors of the fake news make their own articles even more appealing by using methods to lure these people in, such as clickbait. Clickbait is a method used by authors of articles to strike curiosity in a person to lure them into their article. Main examples of fake news within politics are people spreading propaganda about other parties or other political candidates in hopes to get their political candidate or their party to win. People believe the false information not because they want to, but because they just don't know the truth. They see something online and they believe it automatically, and they've never seen anything else to combat it, so that's what they believe is true. This results in possible political stance changes. The next main cause of fake news is credibility and how it takes away from a source. When people put out fake news into our society and people believe it, it takes away from real articles. This is basically a fake bias argument versus an ideological argument. This completely devalues proven and researched facts. People online often confuse real arguments that have a purpose with false information meant to stir up conflict. For example, this can be an image or an article saying this person is really bad, only providing a really bad image of the person, versus an article talking about all the bad things a candidate did for our country with real proof and research behind it. Another result of fake news is hate speech. Fake news meant to create conflict can anger people very much. A prime example of this was January 6th with the raid on the Capitol. The Anti-Defamation League, a non-governmental group specifying in civil rights, explained that the raid on the Capitol was caused by disinformation about widespread voter fraud and election rigging that had been spreading for weeks, months, and years leading up to this day. President Donald Trump said that, and the articles on social media claimed that the election was rigged. Far-right extremists got very angry and stormed the Capitol building as a result. In conclusion, fake news needs to be taken care of immediately. Especially with upcoming elections, it may be very dangerous, like we saw on January 26th. There are no real benefits to society, and it needs to be stopped or at least identified so people are not as easily controlled and manipulated. And as a result, not only will politics be safer, it will allow people to make their own decisions, let trustworthy sources come back, and there will be less fake news related violence in our society. Thank you. In conclusion, fake news needs to be either labeled as fake on the article or needs to be banned entirely. Fake news needs to be taken care of soon, as the upcoming election may cause some hate speech and violent actions again, just like we saw on January 26th. There are no real benefits to fake news, so there is no reason we as a society should not get rid of it. It needs to be stopped so uneducated and uninformed people are not taken advantage of and manipulated, resulting in them taking actions they wouldn't usually do. Not only will politics as a whole become way safer, it will allow people to make their own decisions, let trustworthy sources come back, and there will be less fake news related violence in our world. Thank you for listening.